welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Rob, the Halloween edition. God damn it.
Boo.
Hope y'all enjoy the show.
Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kickin', kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kickin', kick it with my nigga Rob.
Yo, what up, people? Halloween edition, Kicking It with Rob. You know what I'm saying? We got me. Y'all know me, Rob. We got Sean, Eve, Marie.
What up, Joe?
We got Elijah in the building.
Greetings.
We got Tony Sensation.
The one and only Kicking It with Tony and Rob, but whatever.
Where you been?
I'm just saying, whatever. You keep on getting it confused, but we got
Ah, damn. Y'all see we got our costumes on today. Let me go around the table one more time. We got Sean, Eve, Marie, who is also...
Oh, real dominatrix.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm
You-
trying to play into character now, role play.
Right.
Yeah.
Elijah, who are you today?
Black Adam.
Tony Sensation.
I could be like some Mortal Kombat type shit. You know, we figuring it out as we go. All I know is I'll beat your ass.
Bet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Guess you heard that.
yeah.
That is the point.
Man, we're going to have a lot of fun today.
No
I
cat fights today.
Oh.
We're going to have a lot of fun today. I think we got some dope topics. Oh, I ain't say who I am. I'm just whoever the fuck y'all want me to be.
Boy, you said it when you opened, Kicking It with Rob. Come on now.
No, I'm talking about the
No, I'm
the
just
character.
playing. Go ahead. Who
Yeah,
you want to
I'm
be?
talking about the character.
Terrifier.
Yeah, somebody. Purge. Somebody. Shit, I don't know. Somebody.
Scary.
But no, I hope y'all enjoyed the show today,
Clown.
man. I think we got I think we got some dope topics that y'all you know what I'm saying, fuck with today. But without further ado, I'm gonna get into Kicking It with Rob's breaking news. So this breaking news gonna be, we ain't gonna get into it real deep unless y'all got something to say about it. But for the one thing I do gotta say, apparently McDonald's has partnership with E. coli.
Oh, wow.
With that quarter pounder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it's not just a quarter pounder because I actually got sick. And I just
really?
ate a sausage McMuffin.
They say
Wow.
it's the onions, I think.
They a damn lie. Cause I ate something and I was sick too last Sunday. So, like I said, this breaking news is just to let y'all know, I'm sorry, man. Don't just stay away from that shit for a minute.
Don't eat that shit.
Yeah.
I got
Just
you.
eat it anyway.
Period.
I've been staying away from it for
McDonald's
years.
should be
You
cutting
don't
checks
eat it.
for that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Because they said like 6 people so far had like really got hurt from it. I mean, you know, like really, really sick.
Yeah, they say
From a
like
quarter
the
pounder.
yeah,
Damn.
they say like older people and younger people. And luckily my son don't eat sausage because
Because of their
Pause.
immune
pause.
system.
Yeah, I was just finna say that. Luckily
Wow.
my son
No, did he?
don't eat sausage McMuffins, goddammit, because he probably would have been worse off than I was.
Mm.
But my shit only lasts for a couple hours, but I was good. Another news, Lil Durk is in bad shape. I don't know all the facts, but from what I'm hearing, he's locked up for murder for hire with the Quando Rondo's cousin.
Rondo cousin. And
And
that
ret-
shooting.
Yeah, in retaliation
for
to
King.
King Von's
Yeah, that's fucked
shooting.
up.
Yeah. He just was on power.
Mm.
He just was actually I heard he's got his criminal background clean, expunged or
Okay.
whatever. Yep. And
He was going into studying Islam, the Nation of Islam.
yeah,
arts.
his conscience I guess was getting to him, but he was trying to turn over. But one of his OTF partners snitched on him, wore wiretap, and
Mm.
now he in bad shape.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Free Dirk.
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I also heard that the guy, I guess, Little Dirk, he wasn't.
Oh, she said Little Dirk.
What's his name? Little Dirk.
Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
Oh, it's not TTL.
It's Lil Durk.
L-I-L.
Okay, Lil
Yeah,
Durk.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but I guess the guy that snitched on him or whatever,
Mhm.
he got picked up for a handgun. He got charged with a handgun, and he had then like prior 10 years to that, and he didn't want to go back to prison. I guess he was supposed to have called him to help him get an attorney and get out of jail.
Mhm.
And he changed his number on him or something.
Mm.
Ooh.
Damn.
And that was pissing a lot of them off. They said Lil Durk was known for like not helping his what you call them?
OTF.
OTF gang members
Yeah.
out. So they allegedly turned on him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happened with him, but I heard he locked up in California. I
They
heard,
picked him up in Florida, I think.
yeah, but I think the case happened in Cali or
Yeah.
something, and they say
Crips.
that's like life
Yeah.
and death penalties
Damn.
for murder for hire.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, hey, hopefully it ain't true, man. I ain't really listening to Lil Durk like that, but I know him. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he
Oh,
good.
you know,
Hmm?
you know.
I know of him.
All right, there we go.
I know of him. I know of him. Sorry. But that's it for Rod's Breaking News. Happy Halloween. Once again, trick or treat and all that. But speaking of tricking,
And treating.
just speaking of tricking,
I like to treat it better.
Listen, but tricks treat. So
Yeah.
hey.
Tony has something she want to talk about on the trick side of the game.
I mean, so do y'all feel like a man is always tricking, like no matter what?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I'm saying, so we talked about this, and a man is always tricking. Not always. I don't think they always are, but
Even
I think
at home with his
Even
wife.
that's what I'm saying. Like you
No.
always
Yes, you do.
that's the difference. I think the men who has to trick, meaning they ugly than a motherfucker, and they got a couple dollars, so this how they gonna get them some cookie box.
I
Just
feel
to,
attacked.
you trick?
Well, what I was going to say, and what I believe my sister is saying, what I believe my sister is saying is, by and large, men are expected to do the entertaining and the provisions. Now, that's not to say that, we all know every single time isn't like that. I mean, like, I have been involved with women who were doing a lot better than me.
Mhm.
And, they picked up every check. They did everything. I just had to put it down. And it was all good.
Are you
But
good with
that's-
that?
Mm.
I'm just asking.
You know what? I didn't stay with two in particular who were doing a lot better than me.
Okay.
Now, my brain tells me that I would have no problem with a very wealthy woman saying, I got you. But my experience tells me that everything costs you something. And part of the reason why the last one in particular we did not work out is because I'm not going to blame her or me. It's probably a combination, but I was a little sensitive, and there were certain ways that she would speak to me that, I was kind of like a little bitch, and I didn't appreciate that. And
Yeah, that's the treatment you gonna get if you
I mean,
think
not
you
that-
just gonna
well,
lay
no.
it down
Yeah,
and
that part.
yeah.
No, I'm not. Now there's
I-
exceptions. Now there's different. I'm saying I was sensitive. There were probably things that she said at different times and she did different times that if I did not know she was fitting the bill, it would have washed over me. I wouldn't have noticed. So I might have been a
Gotcha.
little extra sensitive. At the
Mhm.
same time, it's entirely possible that she spoke to me in a certain way that would never have crossed her mind to do so had I been paying all the bills. So everything kind of costs you something. Do I know house husbands who are successful and happy? Yes. Are they treated as the head of the household? Yes. I know two personally. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but I would agree, I believe, with Katana, that it is the nature of men to be the providers, and you're demonstrating that you provide tricking by like, hey, I got the drinks, I got the trip, I got the rent, I got that.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like men sometimes trick to be in a place of power?
Of course.
Like,
Of course.
can tricking kind of also be linked to controlling? Like,
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
yeah,
And
Because they feel like if I'm doing XYZ for you, I can tell you what
I can
to
tell
do.
you what to do.
now I'm gonna give you
But-
a flip side, which may create a problem.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a flip side that may create a problem because many women like being controlled in that regard, and they're not satisfied with a gentleman who is not exercising that control. I've lived that as well. So it's
interject
not
that?
about it's not an aggressive thing that men like, okay, I'm gonna use money. Now I got
Just real quick,
power.
real quick.
Many of these sisters is like, hey, you know what? I want you to exercise power
Uh.
on me. I want you to be the boss.
I feel
Take
that.
over.
I feel that.
Yeah.
But the problem is when a weak man is trying to do it, because it's hard to feel like that when you know you with somebody that's weak and you trying to control me with your money. Because
Or insecurity. I'm
I
trying
just
to get
feel like
insecurity
men.
out there.
To go back to what he was saying some women like that. Women don't like to be. We like a man to take lead, and we like
That
them
part.
to be a man, but we don't like to get dogged out by no guy just because he doing something for us. Because
I didn't say dogged out.
I mean, that's how that's why I was trying to interject when you were saying it, because you was like, some women like, you was like, women like that.
A
No,
lot
not
of women
all
like.
women don't.
No,
No,
all women don't. Some women like women. But there are quite a few women that enjoy a man taking authority. I guess, when I guess
can we spin the block? You said some women would.
right.
some women like women. But I guess I said that in order to hopefully for the rest of the conversation shut down this whole thing of like, well, not everyone. We know not everyone. You can't say anything that everyone does. Okay, so
I was just
when
going
you
by
say
what
something,
you said all women like men to.
I actually no, I didn't say that, and I'm sure when he plays it back.
Not talking into the mic.
Oh, my bad.
That's better.
I'm quite sure that when he plays this back, I never said all women like anything. I don't make that mistake. That said, I will say, all of us are going to say, in order to have a decent conversation, that guys like this. Now, there's no need for anybody to say that. Not all men. We know that there's exceptions. Like you say,
Right.
well, women like this. Well, not every woman. Of course not. There's always an exception.
So-
but we can't have a conversation every time we say women to do this. Men, well, remember now, everyone doesn't. Yeah, we know
Right.
that. So let's stop saying that.
So it's tricking a good thing or a bad thing. That's what I'm trying to get at.
I don't think it's either. I think it's the nature of human beings. It's not good. It's not bad.
I agree.
It is just
agree
the
with that.
nature of speaking as a human. As a man, I feel compelled to get things and be able to provide things in order to show I am that dude.
I think tricking is good when you're on the other end of it getting the treats.
That's what I was about to say.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I was just about to
Like-
say that because it's a difference when you tricking because you can't do the other things necessary to keep or have a woman or a particular woman you want.
Notice you
You
keep
feel me?
saying a woman or particularly woman you want.
Right.
It is a function of gender.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is. It's definitely that. So
Because
which
insecure
feeds into
men
nature.
that trick, you
Sure.
trick to keep the woman, but if an insecure man is tricking, normally after a woman and got enough gifts and stuff, she could be straight on you. Like, all right, it's somebody else's turn to get those gifts. Bye.
I just know me per se. Of course, if you can call it tricking or whatever you want to call it, I enjoy a man spending their money on me, flat out, and
But
that's just what it is. Hold on, and if you call it tricking, that's what you want to call it. Well, trick your money on me.
That part.
Boy, y'all terrible.
No, I
So-
ain't terrible.
No, I mean, and I'm not you, but see, if I'm saying you got to, what I'm saying, you got somebody, so
Even
it's
if I
okay.
didn't have a man, I still,
At that
I
point,
feel like that too. Shit.
I guarantee you that
with the
man
man
you
or
got
without one.
That part.
is doing this thing.
but that's different.
That
That's
part.
different. That's not really tricking.
Why?
When
But you
you
can
got-
role play in your relationships, because I role play in mine.
Boy, ain't no role playing, no goddamn money coming out my goddamn pocket.
Why not?
But I'm saying, if it's different. No, I'm
Why
saying
can't?
it's different because it's supposed to be a partnership. This might go into
No,
another damn
you
conversation.
still- you still
trying to do
paying-
that relationship. shit.
You
We
still
talking about
paying for your
tricking.
wife to stay in line. You
Yep.
still paying for her to do what she's supposed to do. You still pay for that. Period.
Yep.
You pay for
You
your
gonna pay
wife
for
to
some
act
nails
right.
and some hair sometime?
That part.
You
Because
pay
the
for
moment you start spending that money, she don't act right. Household
Hey,
ain't
that's
happy.
fucked up.
Mm-mm.
People, that's fucked up.
Happy spouse, happy house.
That
Y'all hear
part.
this shit?
So
Do y'all hear this shit? If you stop spending money, married
you ain't gonna
or
get
in a
that honey.
relationship,
Period.
your ass in bad shape.
I am inclined
good.
I'm inclined to agree with the ladies in general. Obviously, in general.
Wait, I'm
And
telling you,
again, there's always
because-
exceptions.
That's our mind frame of thinking. Like it's
Their nature is
it's
to
an
be cared
imbalance.
for.
Yeah.
And our nature
Yeah.
is to care. Now, this might be a tangent, but one of the more enjoyable role playing experiences I've had. I took a lady that I was very, very much crazy about to a house of prostitution, and
This man.
there were
All right,
in the
get it.
city. And there was people in there tricking, and she and I came in like we had met on the street and everything, and we watched the people tricking and all that. And I paid for one of the rooms upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and I made sure people saw me hand her a C note. People saw me do it. This is my woman.
Mhm.
Okay.
I took her upstairs and I put it on her. When we opened the door to come out of the bedroom, there was a line of gentlemen with C notes. I'm ready to take. She's like, "Oh, just one in the."
So
one
you was
night,
at a
dude."
freak or treat, goddamn.
I mean, but no, I mean, I was in love now. I took her home.
That was
now.
a real
Oh,
trick.
no,
That
no,
nigga
no.
was at Diddy house, goddamn.
I took her home. I did not share. But it was like a thing. There were a lot of prostitutes that were in there that were making money. And we were in there and we just kind of started acting like she was one of them and I was tricking. And we went up in there and there was a line of gentlemen and it was fun. They were
they wanted to
outside
hand her a
holding their
C-note too,
money.
huh?
Yes, they all
Oh,
had
nigga, that
$100
Diddy
bills
house,
in their
yeah.
hand. Because they figured she was professional. So we had fooled them. And we
Diddy
left.
spot, boy.
It was fun.
You a Diddy
I mean,
bopper,
you know
boy.
what? I feel like that's what's up to keep it spicy in your
Right,
relationship. That's
right.
what's up.
I didn't share it now. Let's be
No, I
straight.
feel you.
Because you
you.
don't want to
That's
get
fair.
That's your
boring.
personal business, though. If
Right, let's make it clear. Let me put it out here,
Mhm.
because especially if she see this podcast, because she might.
It's okay. You ain't say her name. So.
She be like, Negro, no, I didn't share. We went home.
That's
Yeah.
clear. He
I don't
did
know. I
not
just-
share.
I just think tricking and spoiling your girl, your wife, is not okay. Let me see. I don't think that needs to be a necessity in a loving
Sometimes it
relationship.
does.
What? No, baby, that's always.
That's
No,
fun.
it's a
Always.
difference when you just treating your wife, but you still got to take care of business. When I say tricking, them the motherfuckers who will pick up a chick on the side on a whoop with or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's tricking. Or when you
No, that's buying a hoe.
Yeah, tricking
But
is
that's what
paying
tricking is.
for.
paying for.
No.
What you do with a
Tricking
prostitute?
Is paying for the type of results that you want. Period.
That's hooking and
That's-
crooking.
that's
when you
I
are
mean,
paying
like,
to get a
that's-
certain result from somebody, you are
Right.
tricking. Period.
Right.
That's just period. If you are paying somebody, if
When-
I'm taking somebody out and I'm spending money,
That's-
I'm
mhm.
doing it because
When you
there is
first meet a
end goal.
girl-
It's something that I want you to be doing.
And
I
you
want
take
it's
her to
something I
dinner,
want.
you're spending your money.
I don't do that. I don't do
See?
that.
But you
When I
better
first
glad
meet a
you
girl,
married.
no, it's not like that. When I first meet a girl, I'm who I am, and I said this
So
before.
you're not gonna take her on a date?
No, I ain't said I won't take nobody no date.
Okay. So,
Okay.
but you spending money, you take her on a date, right?
But
Are you spending money when you take her on a date?
yeah, but that's not
Okay.
tricking.
Yes, it
Yes, it
is.
is.
No, tricking
Because
is
you want to get some type of result from that date.
Exactly.
You trying to you using your money to please her.
Thank you.
no.
Preach, please.
Yes, you
No.
are.
Not
you
exactly,
Are.
No.
but
Yes.
close.
That's being a-
I think,
I'm a woman. I'm telling you this. You're not a woman. I'm telling you
Yes.
this. I feel like when a
Yeah, you
man.
better take that off and
I'm
get out of
telling you
here.
this.
she say I'm not a woman. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
I'm telling
but-
you this. That pleasures a woman when a man spends money on them.
So it's
Their
like
whole mood change.
exactly. So when a man is taking a woman out, doing her right, getting her stuff, that's what we think. We think like, okay, I
Let
already,
me-
I
let
know,
me-
like, you know at that point
I'm just
what
gonna
that
keep
man
it
can get from
Let
you.
me
honest.
take. Let me take.
Some
a middle
women are
ground
not
here.
gonna admit to that, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's kicking it with Rob. A woman is a damn lie if she say she don't want no man to spend no money on
That
her.
part.
Clearly.
Slap the fuck out.
Let me take a middle ground here, and I don't think we disagree at all. But tricking is very transactional in terms of the language. It's like basically, okay, I'm gonna drop this, you bending over. That's tricking. Now, when you or I take a woman on a date, and we're going to spend the money, we're gonna do all that.
Mhm.
You're not like necessarily giving her money to please her short term. It's not a transaction. What you're doing, at least in my mind, and I imagine some Rob's as well, the courtship process involves the male demonstrating his fitness as a mate. If we're
Right.
going to take it to the most animalistic level. And I would say to any young lady, my daughter, I don't have one, but if I have a daughter, if a gentleman cannot come and pick you up in his whip, buy you a nice meal, and take you to his place, he is not a capable mate, partner. So
Yeah.
what you're doing, what I'm doing when I'm taking you out and I'm spending money and all of that, I'm not like saying, okay, I'm going to do this. I expect you to give me some head. What I'm doing is demonstrating, hey, if we work out, I'm the type of gentleman that has the resources
To
that
protect
we can
you.
do something.
Right.
No,
You
'cause
have to demonstrate that.
I've seen
Right.
okay, because
Right.
I've seen guys like, okay, you saying you taking if they can't provide whatever, but I've seen guys say, well, if I'm taking her out to dinner, I'm about to get me some behind this.
Absolutely.
I've seen
He's tricking.
I've
He's
seen
tricking.
people
He's
say
tricking.
this. Or what about the flew out guys? I flew her out, so now I want some
He's
head.
tricking.
I want
Okay.
He's
Yeah, he
Okay,
tricking.
but what
no,
about
y'all should have got that established.
But what about
before she
this? So
left,
if you taking a
Delta.
woman out, and because I feel what you're saying. So let's say you taking her out. Now y'all on date number 6, 7, whatever, and she still ain't been intimate with you or gave you none. You don't start to feel like, all
No,
right,
that
listen,
trick. That trick.
how many? Like, what's up? Because I'm spending my money and I'm doing this, that, and the third. So I'm trying to understand like what's going on. You still are looking for something because you're not going to keep
Right.
dating a woman, taking her out, spending her money, and she's not ever putting out.
But I'm not. Again, going back to what I said, I'm not. It's not transactional. I expect you. Okay, now it's time for you to give me some head. What I'm doing is I'm demonstrating that I am a capable mate. So do I, hope for / expect intimacy as a part of that? Of course.
Okay.
But I'm not going and spending money with you for months, weeks, whatever, for some head, because I can get that. And I don't have to spend all that time. If I'm investing all that time and effort, clearly I want something more than just transactional sex. Because, when I spend on a date, I can go get some sex.
I mean, I guess that's what your intentions are. I just feel like every man that take a woman out ain't taking her out because I'm thinking we gonna get married later.
Right.
Like
Well,
some
you know,
people
right.
is just
You're
going
right.
out to hang out to see what's up. So I guess
You're
if
right.
it's under those circumstances, then
You're trying to
okay.
date to have a mate.
You know what I'm exactly. But everybody is not going out looking for they husband or their
No
wife.
doubt, no doubt.
Some people just going out to have a good time.
I'm going out to have a good time. But a good time does include a certain level of
Chemistry.
commitment and chemistry.
chemistry.
Put it like this: I'm not necessarily trying to get married if I take you out. I'm not necessarily. I am trying to have a person that I can spend time with, that I can have sex with, that I can go to places with, and do a whole lot of those married things.
Why you have to
Now-
say if I take you out like it was me? Like
Well,
I'm just trying to figure that
because
part out.
I wasn't gonna say Rob.
Because we got to spin the
I
block
wasn't gonna say
because
Rob.
it was like if I
I'm looking
take
at
you out.
I wasn't
like-
gonna say you. I had
Please
to say you.
don't.
Let's be straight. Okay, I'm looking at a woman.
Yeah,
Let's be
don't.
clear. So you know what I'm saying. But the bottom line, you stupid. Bottom line, if I'm seeing a woman, I might not be thinking about the ring. I might not be thinking about children.
Right.
But if I date you more than 2 or 3 times and I'm spending money, clearly you're not just somebody I want to bend over and then move on. That's transactional. That's tricking. Okay, if tricking, you're not gonna get 2, 3 dates before you do something. Okay, I'm like clearly now. If I'm seeing you, I want something. Now there's a line between marriage for 50 years and just screwing. There's areas between there. So clearly, I'm not tricking if I'm doing all of that. I think Rob and I would agree. If I'm trying to have you as my girlfriend, not necessarily my wife, my girl, that's not tricking. Now, if I don't want to have a relationship, I don't care what you do and I'm not
Right.
around. I'm just gonna drop this
I'm
change.
glad
You
you
bend
said
over.
that.
That's tricking.
I'm glad you said that. Let me do this before we go into our next topic real quick. That's the message. What you just said right there.
It's y'all message, but
No,
okay.
this is the
I say
message.
that
No,
too.
this is the message to the women in the world from Kicking It with Rob. If a man is spending money on you just for sex and companionship and never talks about anything else, the nigga tricking, he don't give a fuck about you. That's what I was getting at.
in your opinion. But
In my
okay.
opinion. If he's spending money and nothing leads to nothing longevity, maybe both of y'all are just cool with it. But this is why relationships is not common in the world today. Because women want money and niggas want pussy. Nobody want
That's
love.
been going on from the times.
No, it wasn't. Because
What? There was whorehouse and brothels back then. It was women.
but we talking about
But I'm just saying,
modern.
It
You,
stems
me,
from
him,
back
her.
then, but still, it stems from back then, flat out.
I think we're gonna have to just agree to disagree.
Right.
Like
All right,
I
fuck
mean,
it. All this shit do leads to something I want to talk about. For real. Another thing I want to talk about. Submissive and controlling. Right?
Mhm.
So I think that people or a man will confuse a submissive woman that he has to control her to make her submissive. Even though they sound the same, it's like a synonym. If I'm correct, people, or an anonym or some shit. I've been out of school for a minute. But it's one of them. Sound the same, but sound different. That's all fucked up. But for real, I think a man think being having a submissive woman means you got to control her. Do y'all agree? Like, you think that's what it
It
is?
depends on the
I
gentleman.
think it's a
depends on the
difference.
lady. I would say there's certainly a difference in that a submissive woman, a submissive person,
Mhm.
necessarily does not like to be a decision maker. A submissive person does not like to be a decision maker. They don't like to be in charge. And those people, tend to gravitate to people who do like to be decision makers and do like to be in charge. Now, controlling in my limited experience has a pejorative meaning. That is to say, that is a person that aggressively seeks to force submission, to psychologically overpower someone. If I'm controlling, I want to take your will. Whereas a submissive person, you don't have to take their will. It is their desire to be led and cared for. So, as I understand it, controlling is not a positive thing. It is a negative thing.
Right, but I think
Submission is not a negative thing.
right.
And the two can occasionally get together and I guess work, but they're not. They're certainly not necessarily. They're not the same. They
Yeah.
don't have to be together.
Yeah.
You can be a controlling person and not deal with a submissive person, which is going to mean you got to be very conflict and confrontation oriented. And you can not be a controlling person and deal with a submissive person. And they're going to follow your lead. And the trick is to figure out what you are dealing with and deal with that.
Right. You about to say
With my
something? Sean?
Yeah,
single
because a
ass.
controlling person to me, you're
What is she
forcing
trying to say?
submission. To me, that's what a controlling person is doing. It's they're
Right.
forcing submission, and like you said, for a person to be submissive, like you can have a man, and most women are submissive because how their man is treating them.
Right.
That's why women are submissive, because they're being treated the way that they want to be treated. When a man is controlling a woman and they want them to be a certain type of way, that's not being submissive. And it's
Right.
a lot of controlling men, narcissistic men out here
That's a
that
good
are
one.
very controlling. And women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think like I think a lot of men, that is like me. I'm married. If I wanted my wife to be submissive, I don't think I had to make her. I don't have to control her to make her submissive. That's my point.
Right.
I
You know
would
what I'm
agree.
saying?
If
Right.
she is submissive, she will be that.
Yeah.
I will say, since we're talking personal, one of the great miscalculations that I made in my life with my ex, these many years ago, you and I have discussed it. She was more than submissive. She wanted someone to tell her what to do. I was raised by parents who discussed and everything. My father was the head, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
But my parents discussed, debated, went back and forth. My father almost never said, quiet, do what I tell you to do. Almost never, to my memory. I'm sure he could tell stories, but that wasn't his style. So that wasn't my style.
Mhm.
My ex, she'll tell you now, kind of went on the show, that she wanted me to tell her, quiet, do what I tell you to do. It would have worked out, but I didn't understand that. And now I understand that why every woman is not that way.
Mhm.
Every
Why you
woman
look
does
at
not.
me when you said it? I was just,
Well, no, I was just saying,
Andy
every
throwing
woman,
shots.
Yeah,
every
Andy.
woman does not want anybody to tell them what to do, but some do, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And that's not even a gender thing. It's just more common with females, estrogen.
Yeah.
But there are dudes that want a woman to tell them what to do. That's very rare, but there are some, and there are guys.
Yeah, I
that-
was
so
about to say, how
it's
do y'all
different people.
feel about that part?
I
Like,
think that nowadays people confuse like controlling, like being with somebody and confusing their actions with them being controlling. Because some men are just manipulators, and I think sometimes women feel like, oh, he's being controlling. No, he's manipulating you. I think that some men feel like they need to pick certain women that need certain things from them. And now, if I'm giving you something that you can't provide for yourself, I'm going to control you with what I'm bringing to the table because you can't have this without me. I feel like it's stuff like that you know, people just confuse with just controlling. Because sometimes a man will pick you based off what you need. If I can provide something that you need,
That happens a lot.
then you're not going to go anywhere because you can't get this without
I got
me.
you now.
I got
know
you.
quite a few gentlemen who I think are decent human beings. They will treat people well, but their insecurities make it so that they cannot deal with a woman that makes as much or more than them. They can't. They'll tell, and some of these guys, they'll tell you, oh no, she makes what I mean. I can't mess with her. She could be a wonderful woman.
Right.
He don't know. What he knows is how his confidence and security is based is without me, she can't eat. She can't live on this lifestyle.
Exactly.
And that's what makes him comfortable. Now, that's not to say he will mistreat such a woman necessarily,
Right.
but some gentlemen are threatened by, you know, not being materially in control of survival.
And that is it right there.
That's an unfortunate
that's
thing
not
for them.
necessarily like controlling. It's just
No,
I got something that you need, and without me, you won't get it.
So
And I
I
think
feel
that some
safe.
men get off on that.
Yeah.
They get off on knowing you won't.
But
you
that's
can't
they
do this.
prey
safe.
on women
Yes.
like that though. But
Yeah.
that's the women they prey on.
Them
They
the
prey on
insecurity
women
got
like
to-
that.
And pray is a strong word. Like I say, this gentleman, let's call him John, whatever. This my homeboy. I've known him for 25 years. He will not deal with a woman that does not that makes as much as him or probably even close to him. Now, he has been played. He has been taken full advantage of because he spoils. So he doesn't like prey on these women. He doesn't, but
Like
he
I
just
said,
that's it.
some men do prey on women like
Yeah.
that.
But
and
that's
and
not
you-
all of them. That's not
your.
preying, though.
I said some men, and it is some men. They feel like they need to go get a weak partner in order for it to work for them.
Exactly, 'cause
I
that make
know
you
men
feel
like
strong.
that. I dated
I agree.
a man like that. I dated someone when he met me, he thought I was just like some dumb pretty girl, and I was gonna be I can just dog her. And when he found out, oh, she got a degree. Oh, she got her own money. Oh, she got this. Oh, I can't deal with her. So what he said to me is, I didn't think he was that smart.
Damn.
Damn.
Sounds like we're talking about the
Yeah.
same gentleman.
Yeah.
He said he
But
didn't
I mean,
think
he
I
was
was that
him.
treated
smart.
you well. This guy is that way.
Yeah.
He's that way.
So that kind
but
of go back to what I said. Like, so guys like that, after a while, normally women leave guys like that. Oh, thank you. That was enough. I got enough out of you, so I'm good now. I don't feel like most men like that actually keep the girl.
Mm.
You know, it's like, now I'm good. Now you got me on my feet. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. I'm on my
I've
feet.
seen that a few times.
See, right.
Haven't lived it. Seen
So
that
what's
a few
wrong
times.
with the women? Let me say this. Not y'all two. I'm talking to them.
I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I'm talking to them. What is wrong with the original men? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with the
y'all?
Right.
I
Ask
don't, because today sounds like you need money.
Go to your homeboys and ask them.
No, you need money and confidence, evidently, because yeah. According to what
You
I'm
should
hearing,
have confidence and money
Period.
anyway.
but they don't. That's what
We
I'm
know
saying.
That part.
But that's what, when I say confidence and money, okay, fuck the money part. Spoiling in the confidence.
I just feel like you shouldn't, if you know you want to deal with a certain type of chick, and what she require in a relationship and what she require as a person out of herself, don't come to her shortchanging her if you can't. I
See,
mean,
What's
just
shortchanging?
I just feel like if you know you can't rise to her level, don't mess with that certain type of chick, because you're gonna need the money.
No, I
Get a
ain't
woman
saying
that's
that-
in your league.
In your league. And guys get women that's not in their
Yeah,
league.
get a woman that's in your league. Because if she's in your
And then
league,
you don't
then
have
she
nothing
won't
to
require a
complain
lot.
about. Get what you can afford.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying,
Get what you can
Don't
afford.
play a
y'all
rich
trying to
man
make it-
game if you ain't set up for
Now,
it.
if you playing the game, that's different. But if y'all making it sound like, hey, nigga, I'm a nurse and you work at McDonald's,
That's
That's
not gonna
different.
work.
Yeah, you
That's
know,
Nine
not
times out of
right.
10, it's not gonna
That's
work.
what I'm saying. But
Unfortunate but true.
right,
That, like you and I discussed, that is the nature of.
And I feel like women too.
right.
Don't,
But if we
don't be
birth,
no bum ass
if we
woman
both,
and
Call it what
you,
it is.
Yeah,
if we
you
both
know what
nurses,
I was about to say. I was
hold
trying
on.
not to say.
If we both are nurses, we both are RNs or whatever, CPNs, whatever that shit is. If we both that, he still won't be good enough for you. He had to go broke to please you. Not
It
you,
depends
not you.
because
not-
I'm
maybe
just
he's
saying.
being a CPN and become a doctor.
Why that
You
matter?
know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
It
saying.
do matter because I think people don't understand when you in a relationship and you're in a relationship with a person for so long, it
For
should be
what,
some
though?
growth. Listen to what I'm
Okay,
saying.
all right.
Stop. It should be some type of growth. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we gonna be in this same place 5 years from now, or are we gonna grow together? So are we growing together, or are you gonna be the leader, or if I gotta lead this, I don't need no man. I don't
That
need to be
part.
in a relationship with a man. If I got to take care of all of this by myself, I'm gonna feel like, well, what do I have him for? Because
Alright, we ain't say by
just
yourself.
like he just said, I can get head from somebody. That woman can go get
That part.
a split lick too.
But we didn't say
Shit.
by
I'm
yourself,
sorry.
though.
In a relationship, just like everything else in life, things should upgrade,
Yes,
and they should continue to
upgrade.
upgrade.
Why would you want to be in the
You
same
know?
place forever?
Why is it the man who has to upgrade you? Why y'all can't
No.
upgrade
The
each
thing
other?
is this, because
That's what I'm saying.
you are a man. That is your. It's your job.
I mean, you supposed to start
It's
it
your
off.
job. It's your job.
Y'all crazy.
You crazy.
It's your job.
You
I'm about to
crazy.
put
So
this
that's why
damn mask
that's
back on.
almost like you saying that women and men are supposed to be equal. I don't want your
I
job.
don't want to be equal with
I don't
no
want your
man.
job. We are not ever equal. I do
don't care
not
if
want your
I
job.
got
It
millions
is
of
your
dollars.
job
I
to
still want
take
him to have
care
$1 million
and make
aside.
me feel. You supposed to make
All
me
right, so
feel
look,
safe with
so
you.
y'all like somebody. You in love with this dude. Y'all both are ends. Y'all make the same amount of money. He got a plan, and you agree to it, right? If the plan don't work out, it's his fault. But he
If he
asked.
telling her, I got this, yeah, it's your fault because you
See,
should have.
that's
We
them
should
tricking niggas
we
right
should
there
have
who
communicated.
say I got
no, that don't
anything.
have nothing
That's
to do
kinda
with
hard
it.
to say
No,
if the
because
plan
the
That's
don't
how
plan
it's
work
should
out.
have been
supposed to be.
communicated.
But you can't
it should
really
be
say that.
communicated.
You can't say if the plan don't work out, because as long as he's still working on that plan, it hasn't not worked out.
Right.
Because you're still working on it. It's when you give up on that plan that it starts not to
No,
work.
this is when the
No,
woman don't become
No,
submissive.
no. That's not true. Because
I
as
just
long
think
as
you're
a
listening
man
no
is
more.
You
working
fucked up,
towards the
No,
plan, the
I'm
plan
not.
is still in place.
How?
I really think because I
I believe the 50-50 rule.
I'd see.
Oh, you
fucked up.
wow.
I believe the 50-50
You
rule.
fucked up.
You crashing out with that
right
shit.
now today,
That's not it.
I can't afford to take care of shit
Well, you need to be single
by myself.
Then that means
Well,
you should
well,
be
why
by
you gotta leave?
yourself.
Yeah, you need to be by
You
yourself
need to be
until
by
you get it
yourself.
right.
You need to grow and then add somebody to your
Yeah.
So
team.
right now, y'all can do whatever. I know y'all gonna say yeah, but without a man, y'all can.
I know I
do
can.
this. Okay, I'm not
I
saying
am
you-
better
okay,
with
I
a
said
man.
y'all.
I can take care of me, but I am better with a man.
In
And I'ma say this.
2024, going
I-
to 25, y'all telling me y'all got enough money to make it by yourself.
Baby,
Yes.
women, woman can make it.
You live in your
Especially
your own
if you ain't no
means.
bum ass bitch.
But why you can make it? Because you got them niggas who gonna trick, right?
No, that's not always true either though.
My whole thing is I got my own business. I work every day. And
It's
I got
this
a
50-50 you
certain
talking about, though.
lifestyle I live. And I've always been spoiled. I always seen my father come home and give the check to my mother. I've never seen it where my mother was asking my daddy for anything. Because my daddy on Fridays.
No, I'm not saying y'all two per
I'm just
se. We
saying,
just talking.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
right.
but
you
I'm
know,
saying it's
I
the
know
way you
y'all
raised.
got y'all shit
It's
together.
the way you raised. So I don't think, no, I'm not going 50-50 with no
I don't
man.
I don't agree with 50-50 either. I'm
Now
sorry.
let me tell you
Because
something
50-50,
I will
I'm not
do.
your woman, I'm your partner.
That's what you supposed to be.
This is so we going
Oh
into
my
the second.
God.
No,
But I
no.
will
You're
tell you
supposed
this.
to be a partner
I
when
will
you
tell you
married,
this,
shit, right?
Not 50-50.
But let me say this. I will say this. If I'm in a relationship with a guy and he having a bad time and a hard time, and he has been the leader, he has been my partner, been leading this relationship, taking care of his business all this time, look, he fell on hard times. Hell yeah, I got his back. Of course I'm going to have his back. But I ain't going to give you nothing but 6 months, nigga, to get your shit together.
But it's a part of a woman. But that's our job, though. That's the
Because
part of you that's being a helpmate. That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, you have to, and you can't talk down on them either and tell them you ain't doing shit. And no, you gotta encourage your man and
Yeah,
tell him,
keep
look,
it a secret.
Let's
He don't
do
even
this.
know, like, motherfucker, hey. So
Let's
y'all
do
did,
this.
hey, she
And
just
that's what I'm saying.
told
You gotta communicate and you gotta come
And
up
them
with a
hard
plan.
times got to be something
Yeah.
real. But you fall on hard times, and I keep getting off work, and you still sitting in the same spot. It's a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem.
See,
If I
y'all
may.
talking about bum niggas.
That ain't. He
I ain't
ain't,
talking about
he
no
ain't
bum nigga.
necessarily
He
got to
ain't-
be
exactly.
no. God, men fall on hard times. So you ain't never fell on a hard time.
I'm on hard times now, goddammit.
Okay then. So that's. Are you a bum ass nigga?
Hell no.
Okay then.
Wait,
So you can't say
him,
that.
Nah, he might be a bump. No, if I may, what I said before, which started some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gender is a thing, and that can be easily demonstrated by the fact that these beautiful ladies are saying, "Hey, Negro got to have something that you got to play in your league." If I had $100 billion, please, Lord, and I went and I saw a supermodel sandwich with cheese working the fries at McDonald's. I'm gonna say, how you doing? If she's sweet and got her GED,
He gonna be a Captain Saber.
that can be my wife. I have no problem with that. And I will treat her like a queen. That is the nature of males.
Of men.
It is not the nature of a woman
I 100%
to have
agree.
$100 million and see a brother working the fries. I don't care how good a brother he
This
is. I don't care what. Her nature is something
Exactly.
else.
Not-
Now, what they don't want to do is take the good with the bad. But before I get off on that tangent, the unfortunate situation that we are in, which I know people say you get too deep, Elijah. The nature of white supremacy is to exploit the nature of human beings, which is us. We live in what is not a natural world. We live under capitalism. And the reason why it is designed is to make sure that despite effort, intent, or merit, it will be more difficult for men of color to accrue the resources by which to satisfy such women. Not because they are lesser men, but because we have a machine in place to make it harder. And most of our sisters and brothers too don't understand that. So the average sister is going to say, oh, if a Negro ain't got it together, then he ain't taking care of his business. We don't control that. I've been on both sides of it. I've seen some very motivated, intelligent, and strong brothers that had nothing, that were on their ass because there's a machine in place that broke them down. The average sister is going to be like, well, you got 6 months and then that's it. She doesn't understand that we live in a system that is not merit-based. It is based on white supremacy. Fortunately, it is what it is.
We have entered, goddammit.
Fortunately, there are sisters that once they have established a clear, I say, spiritual, mental, emotional understanding and link with a gentleman, they can understand. I've seen a gentleman that was a wonderful man that fell on those hard times. And his woman, his wife, took care of him for many years. And that's not their nature. He wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. But they were not going to allow external forces to dictate the viability of their relationship. And they made it.
Okay.
And things
Were
got
they
it
married?
back together, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I just feel like it's nothing wrong with the guy that works at McDonald's. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that guy. I'm not saying that he cannot be chosen. I'm saying you shouldn't be comfortable. Like, just don't be comfortable. That means you should still be grinding to do better. It's the guy that's comfortable with that that's the problem with me. If you're comfortable having less, if you're comfortable not growing, then that's the problem. Those the men I feel like we have the problem with. It's the men that's comfortable, like, not doing better.
And when
I'm
I say
curious.
6 months, I mean, like, okay, you can mope around for 6 months, but we got to come up with a plan
Yeah.
to get this ball rolling again.
You can't
'Cause
come home and he keep playing the game all day.
And you still...
You sitting on the couch
Yeah,
all day. You telling me
no.
what happened on the shows all day.
They
Right.
sound like
You can't
bum
do
ass
that.
niggas, yo.
I like games. No, I'm kidding. I
Them
even
sound
play
like
no
bum
games.
ass niggas.
I
though.
am curious.
I'm not
I'm
talking
going to
about
ask
bums.
a personal and direct question.
Okay.
You do pretty well at the car wash.
Right.
Would you be willing to deal with a gentleman that was on fries? Tell the truth. Tell the truth now.
Hell no.
Now I'm not gonna pick him.
All right. All right.
Okay,
I just want to
but
see you gonna
listen,
tell that
Them
okay,
lie.
but this
motherfuckers
is the
sought
thing,
it right,
though.
huh?
So let's say, for instance,
They got
okay,
enough amount of
but
salt
listen
on
though,
them,
let's
goddammit,
say,
you
let's say I
might.
go out and I meet a gentleman, right? And we vibing. I like his vibe. We hanging out. I get to know him, and then he tells me, "Oh, hey, you look. By the way, I work at IHOP." It's like I don't feel like I would be like, "Oh, okay, this was it." But you got to have a plan. I need to know what your plan is. I need to know what's next. Like, you can't tell me that that's your retirement goal. I need to know what's next.
I
And I ain't gonna go up in IHOP and be like, "Hey, what's your number?" But you know, if I meet you,
But
I
if
like
he
you.
What if he-
I
what-
have
what if a
working
dude
and he
that-
own IHOP, that's a different
No, but
thing.
what-
though.
what
Yeah,
if-
but
what
if he
hell
like, if
yeah.
he like how many sitting in your
Hey,
party,
watch this. What if he was at IHOP? Hold on. What if he was at IHOP, right?
right?
And he looked like Tank.
I don't give a damn who he look like. You gotta have tank money too. Like,
see now again, that's the gender thing. I've always found it amusing when women, you know, and obviously not necessarily these, but women say, "Oh, he got to be fine. He got to be
Don't
fine."
keep on.
not necessarily
I
these.
said
No,
not
because-
necessarily
yeah, because
these.
y'all be acting like we talking to y'all.
necessarily
We just
these.
trying to get a
Y'all
message
heard
out.
me say not necessarily these.
Yeah.
I'm talking about women will say, "Oh, he got to be fine. He got to be fine." They don't really care if you are intelligent,
Yeah,
disciplined,
right, we don't.
and you got your pockets together. They don't care. Now, dudes, I don't care if she. Okay, a billion's different. I don't care if she's a millionaire. If she. Brothers, that we
But that's what I was about to say. Not necessarily, because to me, you could be a rich man and you could be funky and your hygiene messed up. I don't want you either.
Yeah, I
Well,
can
see,
fuck
but
with
I
now,
love good
you're
hygiene.
taking an extreme there.
No,
Obviously,
that's
clearly,
not
if
taking
he's
an extreme.
yeah, if
That's
he's
telling
filthy, that's different. I'm saying if he ugly, if he look like me and he got a couple $1 million, he can work. You know. Now, if he look like me and he ain't got but $5, it
That's
ain't
not
gonna
what
work.
I said. I said if he rich and
There you
his
go.
hygiene is not all that, I don't want to be with him either.
Yeah, clearly, but see, I wasn't talking about hygiene. I'm saying, I'm
But
obviously
that's what
a person has to be
that's what
clean.
you can't say all women, because a lot of women do look at a man's hygiene and look at a lot of things. Because I'm big on that.
Then you
Right.
misunderstood what I was
yeah,
saying.
I
Let
think
me clarify.
Yeah, I don't think he's
I
not
did not
saying
say
that.
hygiene.
No, I
I
know
said
you
how
didn't
he
say hygiene.
looks.
I heard you say if a man is rich and he can be ugly.
Right.
And
Which is not
yeah.
hygiene.
But still, it can be some ugliness with money, and still
And
they feel
Jay-Z,
like they got
goddamn it,
money,
look at Jay-Z.
and they can go
First of all,
around
I think that
stinking.
Jay-Z is attractive. So
Look at Jay-Z, goddammit. That motherfucker through. And he got
Wow.
the
And he probably clean though. That's why he probably
I
clean.
mean, hey.
I really think Jay-Z glowed up. So
what?
I do.
Boy, that
Jay-Z
motherfucker
clean.
through.
He smell good. He look like he smell good.
How he look like he
'Cause
like
he
he
just look
smell
like
like
he
a
smell.
pack of Camel
If
cigarettes.
you're wearing
goddammit.
a Rolodex presidential, you
Yeah.
look like you
You
smell
smell
good.
good.
That
Goddamn it,
mean
you know what I'm
that-
saying?
no, because it's
Yeah.
the men that's wearing Rolex in the streets right now. You give them a hug, they musty as a duck.
I'd be very surprised, sweetheart. My suspicion is you get a good look at that Rolex, you're gonna find out it's an Olex.
Yeah.
That
Okay,
part,
ain't too
okay.
many Rolexes
It's
out
definitely
here.
Still,
fake
it's still some
talking.
fucking niggas out here.
Well,
wearing
look,
some-
let me get to the message we have learned through this last conversation before we go into the last topic. Submissive and controlling, right?
Mhm.
You can be controlled. That's what we found out about this based on the conversation. Y'all let me know. You can become submissive from being controlling if you got that paper. God damn it. That's it. That's the answer to it. Based on what we just talked about. Y'all let us know in the comments if y'all feel the same goddamn way. I don't agree. I think it's bullshit. I think it's 50-50 partnership.
I think that 50-50
That's what
is
marriage
bullshit.
is
That's
about.
bullshit.
That's
If-
bullshit.
Look, because if I ain't finna get into it. If fuck it, I got to. If I met you at the goddamn IHOP, we become a unit. I work at the car wash. I got more money than you because more cars come through that bitch than a drive-through, right?
So do your job as a man.
No, watch this. No, I'm acting silly. But watch this. So now I'm building you up
As you should.
to become submissive, but it's to make us a unit, a partnership to grow together. But if you relying on me to get you off your feet, but once you get off your feet, it's like you better keep it going because once you fall off, I'm getting the fuck on. That's bullshit.
I just feel like
I don't
no
think I
man
don't feel that way.
should want to be
I ain't say
on
y'all,
the
I'm just
same
saying.
level and or equal to a woman. I'm sorry. I just do not feel like that should be in a man's nature. You should not
It is
want to
not.
be equal to a woman ever. And I feel like 50-50 mean you want us to be equal. I don't think that's
But
not
don't
how
y'all want
stuff
equal
is.
rights?
Nope. I don't want to be
As
I
an
don't want to be
independent
equal to
woman?
a man. I don't want
Okay.
that. I feel like if me and you, we both working at the car wash, and it's stuff that you can do that I cannot do, I'm okay with you being paid more than me. You see what I'm saying?
You trying to get a ring.
Well, hold on, like we talk
feel
about that
like
another
that.
time because we only got a couple minutes left. We gotta talk about this tape conversation.
Tape
I was like,
conversation.
Yeah, I knew y'all was gonna do that shit. Like, what the fuck is the tape out? No, let's kick about this the tape. If you and Elijah was together, y'all made a tape, y'all break up, right? He want to keep the tape. You say, hey man, we ain't together no more. Can you delete that?
Y'all make a
that
porno,
video?
sex video.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It
saying.
should be destroyed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Because it's weird to keep it.
Yeah.
Why would you keep it?
Because why should he keep it and I don't want it? It's both of us on there. It should be a mutual
we're done,
consent.
that's done.
No, yeah.
I mean, me.
Why would you want to hold on to that?
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm
This
sitting here.
just a conversation. We want to know what y'all people think about this. If your ex, male or female, has a tape, it can go the female way too. She got one of the dude be like, hey, get that shit
If
out
he
your
want
phone.
to get it out the phone. I mean, I just don't think, especially if she don't want it and he want it, or if she wants it and he don't want it, just get rid of it.
I agree.
What's the issue?
Yeah, I agree.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
you
you feel
think?
about it, Elijah?
Oh,
As
boy.
I said, hell no. I have lived that experience. I had
He
a
experienced
sister.
a lot of stuff.
I'm an old bastard. I had a sister. We was together and we made, some things. And after we broke up, a long time later, I saw her someplace else and she said, hey, do you still have those recordings of us? I says, of course. Of course I do. She says, well, would you destroy those? I thought about it. And I says, well, why would I do that? She says, well, because I don't want them out there. I don't want to say, well, they're not out there. They're mine. So, yeah, but I just don't want them to exist. We're not together. I said, well, you gave me a gift. There was a gift that we gave one. She said, well, yeah, but we're not together. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. All of those gifts that I gave you, all of the money I spent, the tickets, whatever, you give me that back. And then I will return my gifts that you gave me.
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's not the same thing. How is it different?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
That's petty as hell.
I would say,
That's
I would
petty.
say
That's
to
hell.
anybody who call that petty, don't give me a goddamn thing if you gonna tell me,
That's
well, now if
different.
we're not together
That's
anymore,
petty.
I
Totally
want
different.
this
Yeah.
back.
Because see,
No,
the thing
no,
is,
then
you
say that.
can make that money back, but
You can make another
you can't
tape.
get that
That's
back though. You know what I'm saying? That's
You
different.
can make another
Yeah,
tape.
that's different.
Hey, there's lots of things
we
that
ain't
I
together
do.
no more. Why do you want to keep reflecting on that? Why you want to
Well,
keep going back to that?
Because
Like,
it
And
was
then
some of my
how
greatest
not,
hits.
How I know you're not going back showing somebody
that part,
look,
like,
I ain't
why
together
would
with
you
a babe.
even want to be
you shouldn't have did
making
it.
somebody feel uncomfortable?
At the end of the
But
day.
I was gonna
but we
get
were
to that point.
together. If you're with somebody, that means I felt safe with you and I trusted you to do something like that. We're not together anymore. If it's something that makes me feel uncomfortable, a part of you should, I feel like, even think like, damn, are we cool? Are we should be good enough as friends that you should feel like, you know what, if this makes you uncomfortable, then I'll get rid of it.
There's some logic
I
to that.
feel like
Yeah.
it's not fair to know that somebody feels uncomfortable and you keep that.
There's
And
some
you-
logic
and
to
you
that.
don't
Let me
care that they
respond.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's some logic to that. Let me respond. If we're together and I trust you and I break bank to fly you here and there, I buy you stuff that I can't normally afford, that I can never get back. I get you some platinum this and platinum that. I'm hooking you up because I feel like we're going to be together. Well, now we're not. And I'm uncomfortable with you having that stuff. With this ring that I bought, this necklace that I bought, where I'm going to have a new
You should
woman.
have did stuff you couldn't afford then.
You shouldn't have made a tape you couldn't afford. Can I get a play? Can I get a play?
No, you
Why do
tell
you
it-
feel
so you're telling
entitled?
me
Why do you feel entitled to somebody? That's personal.
That's
That
personal.
other
You
stuff
think
is
that the
materialistic.
jewelry that I bought you is not personal?
That hurt your
That's material.
dignity?
If you wanted it back, you should have asked
Boy, that
for
hurt
it
my
back.
pocket.
I
I
know
would
when my
never do
ex
that.
told me, he asked me for a mink coat back. I told him, you can have it back. You sure
Now,
can?
see,
I'm gonna put it right on this stop
let-
sign and burn it. I'm gonna do a
Damn.
that
on your
Okay, I was
bitch.
about to give you respect for
Okay,
being
no.
extremely
It ain't because
consistent.
you ain't
but-
getting that back. And if I can't get a sex tape back too, I'm gonna burn something else down. So give me my tape. Like it is what it is.
I just feel like something
That's
that
disrespectful.
But I'm
part
saying-
of you should be, I feel like, a little bit human enough that
Yeah.
if this is something that bothers me, if it's something that makes me feel uncomfortable, I feel like a part of us, even if y'all broke up and y'all not on bad terms or it's nothing like that, then if it makes me feel uncomfortable, what is the big deal of you saying or being human enough to say, you know what, if this makes you uncomfortable, I'll get rid
That's
of it.
personal.
Okay, if it
Yeah.
makes
That's
me
personal because that makes me
uncomfortable.
feel like you in your feelings.
You're
Yeah,
right. If it makes me
is.
uncomfortable
It
that
is.
you're wearing that platinum necklace that I spent 12 grand on, if it makes me uncomfortable, you should be human enough to say, oh, well, see, we cool. I'm giving it back.
But that's
right?
materialistic.
That is
How
it's
is
crazy
that
how
different
that's
from the
same.
tape? I
no,
don't
it's
see
not.
it different.
No, it's not.
You think
my
that's
body
the
is not
same?
materialistic. My body
Right.
is something
So
personal.
you're
I don't have your body. I got a
share-
tape.
But that's
That's
but
still my dignity.
The tape
It's-
has
it's
my
me.
body on there.
You think my dignity is involved in that money that I spent?
wow, it's crazy that we are actually putting those under the same category.
That goes
That-
back
You know
to
what? I
tricking.
think.
there we go.
See, you
That
know
goes
what?
back
There we
to
go.
tricking.
I
It goes
agree.
back to
They're
tricking.
very different because
There we
it
go.
cost you
No.
nothing.
Yes, it
to
do.
do
That's not
what
the
you
same
did.
There we go.
You had a good time. It cost you
we
nothing
go.
to do that.
No, I
I
don't do
had to
this shit.
spend a
I'm
long
just
time.
talking.
That's
I
why
had to
I ain't
invest
putting
in
no
a whole
sex
lot
tapes.
to
That's why I
get
don't
you
do
those
sex
things.
tapes.
So should she pay you to erase it? Basically,
If she's just ready to return what I gave her,
how much
I'll
would it
return what
cost
she
her
gave me.
to get it erased?
I don't know. It depends.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe for this young lady, guys. If y'all could donate some money so we can get this man paid to, get this woman's
Right.
dignity back, let's do that,
Well,
y'all.
That
I don't
sound
have
like
her
petty
dignity.
wedding.
But wait a
Okay,
minute now.
so-
wait a minute now. Y'all, I hope y'all ain't listening to this dumb stuff.
GoFundMe for
I
this
don't
young
have
lady, please.
anybody's dignity. I have nobody's dignity. If you spoke to her now, she probably, because we spoken since that time. We have no beef. I have no one's dignity. No one's sitting up like, oh my God. It's not that. Okay, so she grew up and got over that. So don't believe that somebody's
growing
dignity
up.
But
is held.
you was being childish by not giving it to her. Or
Actually,
not
she's being
erasing
childish
it.
to come to me and say, "Hey,
No,
that
she was
gift I
being an
gave you."
adult.
I'm
who's saying
being
it's
just
a
as
gift?
adult by coming to say, "Hey,
It was something we did when we was in our
It's a
relationship.
gift.
not,
It was
Like,
it
did
was-
you
it
do
was
something in those?
it was in gift wrap.
Did you
and
do
flowers
something
and
in
shit.
those
Bullshit.
tapes that you think you cannot achieve again?
No. Do you think that
No,
her
I'm just
making that tape is
wondering.
something she can't achieve again?
Well,
Sure she can.
I'm
I
sure
wanna
she learned
achieve
her
it with
lesson
you.
now.
That's
So
why
watch
she want
this.
the tape
Watch
back.
this though. When they both, I ain't even talking about your situation. Anybody, if you in love with somebody and you decide to do that shit, she could have recorded it.
She did.
You feel me? So she could have it too. He
And
could
she
have
does.
it.
Would you do that to a woman? If that was you, and a woman asked you, "Listen, Rob, we not together no more. I don't feel comfortable with you still having that. Would you erase it? Would
I
you?"
probably would have lost my phone by that time.
But no, I'm not asking you that. Yes or no? Would you erase it?
If it was in your possession.
If it was you, would you erase it?
Nope, he wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying. I'm sitting right here trying to think. Would I have erased
If
it?
you gotta think about it, the
No, I
answer.
probably would have if I didn't give a fuck about the bitch no more.
Well, you would have been erased. it.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if
if
you
I ain't
was
give a
over
fuck about the
her,
bitch
you
no
would
more, I'd
erase
erase
it.
it.
Okay.
'Cause
I'm
that's
just
what
being
I feel
honest.
like. I feel like
Yeah.
you're holding on to it because it's something you.
Because
it's
my
some
new
type of
bitch
feeling
would
you
have found
and your
the
feelings
shit and I'd
about
have
it.
got in
I
trouble.
agree.
goddamn it.
Yeah,
But that's why I would have.
you
But
and your
not
feelings. That's
that-
why you keeping it.
That part. Or you did something on there you feel like you ain't gonna be able to achieve again.
Yeah, motherfucker, that honey pack or something, boy. Your ass go crazy. Be like, hey, I can steal. That motherfucker about 30 years old. Be like, I used to. No, but
The only way I get rid of things like that is if my new relationship.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
insists
You gotta get rid
that-
of it.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, if she said, my wife says, "Hey, all them old souvenirs that you got, old pictures, all that old stuff.
Yeah.
That's got to go. Well, I clearly, I'm gonna do that.
If a man come to me and say, "Listen, we not together no more. I don't feel comfortable with you having that," I'll erase it.
Me
We
too.
done.
Yeah.
If we done, we done. What am
Yeah.
I keeping it for?
Yeah. All right, people. Hey, happy Halloween.
Damn.
Y'all look in the camera. Tell everybody happy Halloween. Y'all
Happy
have a
Halloween.
safe.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed the show, man. Until
I
next
certainly
time.
did.
Peace.
We know.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed the motherfucking show.
You hear me?
Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment. God damn it.
That
Until
part.
next time. Peace.
Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T.